Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! Oh, it's that time of year. Still May. Yeah, so we're getting more and more festive with this Mignola-Verse run we're doing here. Today I just had 2 issues, or the last 2 Hellboy Winter Special issues. And since I didn't feel like waiting till Christmas to review them, I figured I just had them on hand, so I might as well review them. So that's what we're doing today, so that's gonna be weird. Alright, yeah, let's start off with Hellboy Winter Special 2016, or this came out in January 2016. To be honest, I have no idea how I own this. Where did this come from? It was just there. I guess, I don't know, I must have just saw it on a shelf somewhere and just picked it up. Because I wasn't collecting comic books January 2016. I started July 2016, so... But, yeah, so I'm glad I bought it regardless, because it's really good. Both of these are really good, actually. I love, basically, it says Hellboy on it, but it spans the entire Hellboy universe. In fact, the second one has a Witchfinder story in it. So, you know, connecting threads through my reviews. Ha, ha, ha. So here's all the artists and people are writing this one. Tim Sale, Chris Roberson, guy in charge of Witchfinder currently. Scott Allie, Chelsea Cain, Michael Avon Oeming, Michael Walsh, Dean Rankine, and Dave Stewart. Dave Stewart's colorist. I actually really like his colors. He's really good. Yeah, let's see. Who did each story? Alright, so Broken Vessels. That one's about the guy who later becomes Howard's in BPRD. So that's Scott Allie. Art by Tim Sale, that I can tell. Hellboy in the BPRD was Chris Roberson, Mike Mignola. Chris Roberson already does Hellboy in the BPRD, and he's super fucking good at it, because, you know, I like Chris Roberson and shit. Mood Swings is Chelsea Shane, art by Michael Avon Oeming. Kung Pao Lobster was Dean Rankine and Clem Robbins. I'm very excited for that last one, dude, because that is just the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life. Alright, so first story. Broken Vessels. This... I don't exactly know what happened, honestly. I think this might involve some context that I'm not getting. So, we start off with I forget what his past name is, but the guy who's Sergeant Howard's eventually becomes. He's holding the old modified Hyperborean sword. And then this guy comes in with all, like, the shit tied to him. Is that a Hellboy thing? What do I remember that from? Shit, was that a Hellboy story where there was a guy who just, like, had a ton of crap tied to him, like old bones, and then, like, got possessed by them? I think that was a Hellboy story. Fuck, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've read that. Or maybe that was a BPRD story. Was it? It's one of those. I think it's one of those two. But, yeah, they're totally doing that. And then stuff happens, and then... I don't know what the fuck even happens here. I think all, like, the spirits come and, like... He talks about, the Hyperborean Empire. And then... like, demons or, like, cloaked figures come and steal shit from him. And, like, our humble protagonist doesn't even say a word this whole time. And then everything just... And then he dies, so he just shuts his eyes. And that's the end. I really want a model of that Hyperborean sword, dude. The modified one, too. Not, like, the perfect, like... this. Because the idea is that it was a sword from the Hyperborean Empire that... this guy, he's like a Stone Age guy, like, modified it. It, like, put on a wooden hilt and everything. And they use it. It's really cool. Howard's uses it in the future. So, I don't know. If I could, I would cosplay as Howard's, but I'm not buff enough to do that. I'd cosplay as many people from this. Then we got our Hellboy in the BPRD 1953 story, where I always forget her name. Is it Susan Chang? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Certain it's Susan. Yeah, Susan. Susan Chang. I've been trying to remember her name. I've been reading so many books. She's one of my favorite characters in the Hellboy and the BPRD stuff. So I'm really cool with that. Hellboy and the BPRD is just such a fantastic prequel series. Like, it adds so much cool stuff to the lore and everything. I really like it. But yeah, and she's a psychic, if you haven't read any of that. And they end up going to this place where there's a bunch of dead spooks, and they help the spooks settle back and sleep and shit. And that's it. But it's really cool. I really like this little mini story. I love it. As you can tell, the Christmas theme, at this point, up until this page, until you see the next page, obviously you just saw it, the theme is that everything has snow. That's what Christmas is. So yeah, but still, I mean, I love snow. But they also kind of have that running theme of people living, I guess. This is not really much of a Christmas theme. This is the truly Christmassy one. Where there's this genius opening where there's this little bird on a snowman, then the snowman eats it. And then this takes place way back in 1975, so Liz Sherman's still a teenager, and Hellboy is like, you know, her older brother, essentially. And then, this is actually fucking amazing. Yeah, they're opening presents. Hellboy gets the professor a fucking pet rock, and then he gets Hellboy antlers. The gifts here are just amazing. And then they both get her a book on puberty. And she's like, "You think I'm moody? I hate everybody! Sam's door!" And then, you know, and then she's stuck in her room. And yeah, that's great. Because you just never see Liz like in her teenage years. So this is a really cool thing to see. You always see her either as a little kid or you see her in like her late 20s. So I don't know, it's just really cool. And then they go, Hellboy sets up a thing for her, this little snowman, and he happens to be a very nice guy, that's his thing. And then the snowmen are actually possessed by demons, and he's like, well, fuck, this didn't go as planned. And then she ends up smashing him with the book and then lighting them all on fire. And then she's like, "This is the best Christmas ever." And I love it. Oh my god. All right, this thing. I don't understand what this is. Is this a Christmas, like Chinese Christmas thing? I have no idea. All right. Kung Pao Lobster. It's a 2-page book. He just orders a fucking thing. He turns into a monster, and then he's like, "Fine, I'll just have Shung Pao instead." Like, what the fuck? I don't understand where that came from, but I'm just so happy it's in this book. Oh man. All right, that's the end of the 2016 Winter Special. And we got 2017. I hope they do another one of these this year because I really like this. I actually hadn't read either of these till today. I like skimmed through them, and I was just going through old books I had because I'm gonna review Rise of the Black Flame, and I saw these, so I was like, oh shit. So, Hellboy Winter Special. All right, so we got The Great Blizzard. That's the Sir Edward Grey story. So that's Mike Mignola, Chris Roberson, and then art by Christopher Mitten. I believe, did he do, let's see. Yep, he did Rise of the Black Flame. I have it right near my foot. I recognized it. I really like that artist. God Rest Ye Merry, which is Mike Mignola, Chris Roberson again, art by Paul Grist. And The Last Witch of Fairfield, Mike Mignola, Scott Allie, Sebastian from So, once again, going with the Christmas theme, Sir Edward and Sarah Jewell are actually no longer Sir Edward at this point. He's just Edward because him and the Queen got in a fucking fight, and he just quit. So now he's just a private eye. So now it's just Edward, or as Sarah Jewell calls him, Eddie. And I'm probably gonna just start calling him Eddie whenever I think of it because I really like calling him Eddie. And it's snowing a lot, and Eddie is like dude, it never fucking snows this much here. It's gotta be a curse. And she's like, are you fucking kidding me? We're like walking through miles of snow. I'm freezing my ass off for this. I swear to God, if there's no curse, I'm going to murder you. And so, and then they find a boat. And everybody on it's dead and frozen. And then they find a guy on the inside, and he has a circle thing. And then he's like, well, glad I'm keeping this. Good. The end. Happy, depressing endings. I'm assuming this is connecting to a book I haven't read yet, because this feels like they're just doing a little prequel to like a story that they did at some point. I don't know. So this does seem like it relies on something, but it's a little one-off, so I don't really care. Plus, I don't need the context. I fully understood the story without knowing it. I just saying whatever. Then we have the visitor, how and why he stayed mini, where the visitor, that guy, then they're all out, they're Christmas shopping. There's Professor Broom, Hellboy, and what the fuck is his name again? Yeah, this is a Hellboy in the BPRD thing. Vic. Yeah, I saw him in one other book. I don't know this character well enough, but he can summon shit out of his vocal cords. He has a possessed monkey in him or something. I don't know. And then Santa's possessed. They fight him, and then the visitor comes and is like, "This is how you solve the situation." Professor Broom's like, "Well, okay, I guess, yeah. So try removing the locket from his neck." And then Professor Broom's like, "Wow, thank you so much, Batman." And then he turns around and he's missing. Yeah, right there. Oh, did I say Batman? Shit. God damn it. You know, that I'm clearly not making any comparisons here. Yeah, they did the Batman thing. But I'm actually really enjoying The Visitor and how why he stayed. I read Multiversity gave it a pretty bad review, and I was really sad because I actually really like that book. It's one of the only uplifting Mignola-Versed books I've ever read. Aside from maybe this. These Christmas specials are really, really nice. Then The Last Witch of Fairfield, which in my opinion is like the best story in this. This is like a it's Liz, Hellboy, and Abe, and they're out solving a case about something. And there's these lost girls, and then they go out into the woods and they find the girls. One of the girls is seemingly dead on the ground, the other one's crying, and then they find out it's this thing. And it seems that this was the spirit of a witch who lured them into the woods and tried to kill them. And one of them, she got one of them, but she is able to possess the spirits of goats. And so Hellboy beats up the goat, and then they're like, "Thank God, it's all done." And then the girl's like, "Yeah, I can possess the spirits of animals and trees." And Hellboy's just like, "Son of a bitch." And then that tree attacks him. And then, yeah, but then it turns out that the little girl is actually still breathing. And she wakes up, and then the two little girls are saved. And it's actually surprisingly a nice little sweet ending. And I actually really like that story. It was a really well done story. Who did the artwork on it again? Scott Allie, Sebastian Flumara. I don't know that guy. But yeah, I personally prefer this one. I mean, I love both of these. I hope they keep doing these. It has Bay in it. It has Bay. Eddie. I can't start using Bay that often. I had a problem. I had a serious addiction. I'm one of those people who like starts saying stuff ironically to make fun of pop culture. But then after so long of saying it ironically, I start saying it. Like I did that with YOLO. And so I had to like train myself never to say that word again because I would just start ironically saying it. And then I started doing that with Bay. So now I'm on a fucking no Bay spree here. Cool. So glad to get these out of the way. These are fun to review, actually, and fun to read. I love these. I love little collections like these. I hope they start doing more of them. So, yep. Glad to do that. Well, see you next week for when we do Rise of the Black Flame.